That time of the year where entire Goa is into celebration mode, and you have a lot of events happening, obviously Christmas and New Year, but apart from that, a lot of festivals, a lot of music festivals happen. And one of the promising festivals that has started 2 years back is Supersonic. And I have with me Jaideep Singh, business head Live Vicom 18, and the head of Supersonic event, which is going to rock in few days time here in Goa. Yeah. Sir, welcome to the show first of all.
Thank you so much for having me.
And first of all, thank you very much for giving us such a wonderful music festival, which is in its third year now.
It's always a pleasure, to get people together and have fun. It's always a pleasure.
Okay, I just want to start with the journey 2 years back. Why did you choose Goa first of all? Was it so much special, or because of tourism? What was the basic reason why you chose Supersonic for Goa for Supersonic?
I think if you see from a, I'll just talk a little bit about global play and then come to India. See, on globally, in any country where you have the big festivals, it's always the party destinations, either a party destination or something around that. That's where you have the big festivals or big concerts always happening. And for India, Goa is the party place. And end of the year is when you have the maximum amount of people coming in. So in terms of time or date or location, it's the best place to launch a place. Like 9 p.m. slot for launching a big GEC show or any TV shows for that matter. This is the time to launch a big brand. So that's why we chose it.
It must be crazy 2 years back when all of us are in 20, 30 days or time within a month. I believe you thought of going ahead with Supersonic at Goa. Right from conceptualizing to executing it, I think it must be crazy thing 2 years back.
I think the best things in the world, whether it's business ventures or big music brands as such, is always about few right-minded people coming together. And I think as far as Supersonic is concerned, we had a fantastic team of Starlight led by Sailesh, Ashwin, and a couple of other people who came on to give us the infrastructural support in Goa. We had Nikhil, who is one of our oldest VJs and is a good friend, also being part of it. So it was like an apt combination of right team coming together. I think that's how the whole thing happened. Otherwise, to put something like this at just a short period of time is difficult for anybody to kind of put up. So I think right people coming together at the right time made it possible to pull it off in that short period of time.
Okay, and one more thing. 2 years back, last year, obviously you've learned a lot of things. There might be some little loopholes that you've evolved kind of a thing. Even this year, it's your third edition now. I think you've learned a lot, as there's a lot of expectations from people, obviously from Goa as well as around the world. Music lovers would like to see Supersonic. There's something special or maybe USP kind of a thing. I just want to know, and as well as my viewers want to know, what is the USP, what is the special thing that is happening for Supersonic third edition that is in 2015?
See, Supersonic is part of the Viacom 18 group, and Viacom Inc. globally is one of the leaders in the music space. So we've been doing this day in and day out in Indian market for last 10-15 years, and globally we've been champions of the music as such. So Supersonic is a transition of us getting our broadcast ambitions of music into the live space. And to say what will the USP or the brand thing for Supersonic, I believe in three key aspects. Music is the core, and the kind of lineup you put in needs to have depth, needs to evolve and keep adding more genres of music into it. Dance music has got many genres, and from 2013 till date, if you see the kind of artists we have brought in on the main festival and around the festival, main festival from Paul Van Dyke to Dylan Francis to having people like Mark Knight, Gareth Emery, Maya Jane Goldie moving towards this year lineup. Then in the festivals, concerts having Skrillex, Marcus Schulz, Pretty Lights. So we've been into, I think very important is core of the festival is the depth of the music and new genres of music. That is what we will keep hopping upon, and that is evident in this year's lineup. Second piece comes the production of the stages in a dance music festival. So last year was Ironheart, which kind of won the hearts nationally and internationally of many dance music lovers. This year you will see Ironheart going to the next level. The involvement of the music fraternity across the globe, from drum and bass having UKF and Arms House, then to having Awakening to be partnering with us this year. Awakening is the biggest brand in techno space. You will see the best lineup Asia has ever seen for many years at the Kandulim beach at Supersonic with Awakening bringing in Adam Bear, Ida, Joris Varun, Rocco himself being here. So you would see a big congregation of the creative minds and the music minds here, led by depth of music, diversity of music, led by partnerships of many national and international creative minds coming on ground. And then moving towards, the vibe of the festival is about friendship, happy people coming together. That has been part of the communication till now, and that will go to the next level. I think those are three key pieces: depth and the genres of music evolving, partnerships across the globe coming together, and then the vibe and the festival play coming in.
I think a lot of people will believe this. You have a certain lineup. They're not big names. There are big names, but apart from there are a lot of people who play. There are a lot of DJs who come down, and you have as you said, it's a really good depth as well as kind of a choice that for the music lovers as well. I just want to know. You mentioned the lineup for this year as well. I just want to know how Goa is featured this year in terms of lineup.
We've got, the total out of 110, 120 artists, there are around 40 to 50 which are international artists. Then you have left with 50 to 60 Indian DJs. There are 15 to 20 Goan DJs. That's close to 15% of the domestic lineup, is from Goa itself. So we've been always pushing Goan DJs to come on platform, and this year the spirit is still there, and we are pushing more and more DJs to come up. They will be part of our after movies. They are going to be part of whatever digital push we are doing, and we will try and give them as many opportunities we can give, not just from the festival perspective, but even from our TV platforms. We have MTV, VH1, MTV Indies. These channels, as they perform here, are going to be their platforms to go to the larger reach mediums on the broadcast side. So that's going to move on.
Wycom 18 happens to be a holistic brand. You have all the things in one place. I just want to know, why did Wycom 18 venture into live entertainment? Was there the need, or we wanted to give the viewers or give the customers, to give the clients a little more extra?
See, from a overall business perspective, we as a media entertainment brand, I think we are the top youth-centric media entertainment company in the country today, and we focus on entertainment.
Some of the biggest brands under your umbrella.
So we focus on music in a big way, with MTV, VH1, MTV Indies really doing a lot of stuff on music, from new shows to new music content being produced. It was a gradual, progression for us to enter into this space because of two reasons. A, because of our inherent focus on music via our broadcast brands, and B, the market is evolving. This was a very clear business opportunity in front of us, that the middle income group of India is expanding across all tier 1, tier 2 markets, and it is important to put up our step here at this time. Our brands talk a lot about music, so we need to be there in their face, touching and feeling them, and that's why you have VH1 Supersonic, you have MTV Extreme, you have Emerge with VH1, you have comedy Chuckle Festival with comedy, you have MTV Spyro. So you've got all these pieces have come together because you need to connect with the people on ground, and it's a business opportunity as well as a brand opportunity for us to be there, and that was the strategic reason of entering into the space.
Okay, great. Now, the most important factor in any music festival, especially a music festival rather, which is happening in Goa, is the security aspect and a lot of other things. Music obviously is the hero of any music festival, but then again there are a lot of other issues also that you have to address. Now, what do you want to say about especially the security aspect of it?
I think the Goa, for that matter, I think is one of the most advanced markets today in India, where authorities are very well aware of what all is needed to pull off big festivals. So there is a mix of things. So from our perspective, we engage with authorities very closely to make sure that whatever is mandated by them is put into place, and we put buffers on top of that. We also use a lot of learnings from the big, large format international events Viacom does globally. So that kind of gives us a learning of many practices which can be put in. We put them in part of our SOPs. Third piece is involving experts into your security or medical setup. So like this year we have a team from South Africa, around 10 to 12 people coming in, overseeing the overall structure in terms of SOPs, in terms of how things need to be done. In terms of medical, we've got a fully fledged ICU setups done in the festival itself, where they are not just first aid centers, they are proper ICU equipped health centers, 2 of them in the festival. There's going to be an ICU equipped van with a couple of ambulances. We partner with Manipal hospitals this year to make sure that you have the top-notch actual professional doctors on ground. So I think those are the things to keep in mind. And for any market, as this kind of space evolves, things are in evolving stage. I think India in the last 4 years has evolved in a great stride, from the people who organize festivals and audiences themselves getting more learned and more mature about how to handle themselves at the festivals, and authorities being more proactive in terms of setting up guidelines and also working closely with organizers and supporting them to make sure that we have all the necessary security and medical infrastructure on ground when you conduct large format festivals.
When you say supersonic, definitely it excites me. Music festival excites a lot of people as well. Obviously, my viewers would be exciting to know entire thing of supersonic. I just want to know that does it really, obviously for me, the viewers and the people who participate in the festival, it excites them a lot. Does it excite the sponsors as well, or is it difficult getting them on board? Because obviously they are putting in their money and investing, and they definitely would want their sampling done and reaching out to their clients,
I think
consumers.
with the last, I would say last half a decade, see, as the market expands, the clutter increases in the advertising space, whether it is digital or whether it is broadcast, whether it is live. Yeah, and then when it comes to now standing out, you can only stand out when you enter into the experiential space. So the space we operate in is the experiential marketing space, and the benefit which Viacom has in this space is that with the experiential marketing on ground, we also have a very strong support from broadcast as well as digital. So with my 150 broadcast asset base, 150 million reach on TV and 100 million reach on digital, amplified with my live properties on ground, I give a very strong proposition to sponsors. So first, sponsors are looking at, brands are looking very keenly on experiential marketing space. That's a given thing, helps everybody else in the marketing space. Specifically from our perspective, we've got good response from brands because we try and make an integrated campaign by getting TV, digital, everything combined together. So whole in whole, brands are getting their returns they expect from this space, and the investment in this space is increasing year on year.
Okay. A lot of people are expecting a lot of things from Supersonic this year. What are your expectations from the people participating here? You've spoken about the lineup. Now, I just want to know, what are you expecting for the people who are going to come there and experience the entire Supersonic extravaganza?
I think if I see myself, I'm quite amazed at the kind of lineup we put in. So so if you have a day with Disclosure, then a day with Zed, then a day with Axwell, which is kind of second tiered with people like Diero, Don Diablo, W&W, Nervo, Z-Dead, and then you have a whole techno thing going on with your Adam, Bear, Ida, Joris Maroon. I think we've personally myself, it'll be very difficult decision to say which state to go to. I think that is what any festival organizer would at the end want, that I have a lineup which is got full depth and every stage has a lot of meat in it. So as a consumer, I feel the lineup has the depth in it. I expect people to, or it's not about for me to expect at the end of it, but I think people are going to love this dilemma of where to go. I think that's what any festival organizer wants. So I think people will have this dilemma of which stage to go and experience on. They should expect a whole lot of fun on ground, a very welcoming staff who would treat them with full respect, help them when the help is needed. We've put in free water this year at the festival, so there are going to be free water stations to help them get the play. There are a good amount of food stalls and bars to make sure that it's not a lot of rush when they have to get their food, beverages. There should be good amount of space for them to go in. So we've taken care of that. A lot of engagement areas being created by brands and by us. So apart from what you see on music, when you want to just chill down on the side, you will have a lot of things to engage on the ground. So I'm looking at